Hello everybody, and welcome back to Random Vids. So today I'm going to be doing an updated version of me predicting the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe booster courses. I know, these videos don't really get the most views out of them all, but I find them fun to make. So, basically, if you're living under a rock, there was a thing around last year that Nintendo announced about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe getting another Deluxe, and as they wanted to call it, booster course. So with that, they announced that we're going to be getting 6 waves in the course of 2 years. And in each wave, we're going to have 8 tracks, and for the most part, basically 99.8% of the time, they're all going to be tracks that came back in Mario Kart Tour. Mario Kart Tour isn't really a successful, Mario Kart. A lot of people really say it's a spin-off Mario Kart, and I completely agree. I've never played Mario Kart Tour. I've always wanted to, but I mean, because basically all the brand new Tour tracks are coming in Mario Kart 8, why play Tour then? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the #1 most selling Mario Kart game, and one of the best, Switch games of all time. So, why keep doing stuff with Tour when they can just, bring it into Mario Kart 8? Since that game is so awesome and everything. I was hoping for a Mario Kart 9, and when I predicted Mario Kart 9, then a few months later we got announced with the booster courses. So currently we've just finished Wave 4, so that means we only have 2 more waves left to go. So, Wave 1 and Wave 2, it was all tracks. Wave 1, a lot of people didn't really like, well, they liked the track, choices, but they weren't really the biggest fans of how the tracks looked. Because a lot of these tracks got remade in another Mario Kart and then in Mario Kart Tour, all of them looked really tourified and nothing too much really happened to make it look like it would actually be in Mario Kart 8 besides a few minor things maybe. Besides for a few exceptions in Wave 1, overall a lot of the tracks looked really tourified. Like the grass, people hated the grass. In Wave 2, I mean, it wasn't anything that would still look like the base game, but it was definitely looking a lot better than Wave 1. Um, and when they did Wave 2, they updated something in Toad's Circuit, I forget what it was. And they updated the cars in Coconut Mall, so they actually, spin around and move instead of just sitting still. We ended up getting Wave 3 then in December, and nothing to the older tracks was changed. However, they did add a thing called the item, not the custom item, where you can choose any items you want in a versus mode or single player battle mode, which is actually really cool and unique. And actually brings to wonder, will they add new items to Mario Kart? The last 2 items that we ended up getting was the feather from the original Mario Kart and the boo item. So we basically have almost all the items now. We're just missing a few, which is the fake item box and the POW block and the Mega Mushroom, and those are all ones that I'd want to see come back. The other ones I didn't. Oh, and the Super Leaf. But anyway, and then of course minus the Tour ones. I'm getting too much off topic here. Wave 3 has a lot of the tracks looked a lot better. I think they did a lot better graphic wise in Wave 3. And then Wave 4 came out and it blew the socks off of everybody. The graphics almost a lot of people say tracks like Waluigi Stadium could be almost confused with the base game. If you play Toad Circuit and then go to Mario Circuit from the DS, there's a big difference in the grass and just all the textures overall, which is really funny to see. Anyway, some of the track. So before I want to do the predictions, and also I almost forgot to mention, in Wave 4 we ended up getting surprised with a character that hasn't been seen in a Mario Kart since Mario Kart Wii, Birdo. It was so cool seeing her come back again because I mean, when Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out, they some characters returned, but Birdo never returned yet. So it was so cool seeing Birdo return in Wave 4. Once we found out that there was 5 more options, then it kind of raises the who are those 5 gonna be? I mean, it's kind of obvious of what some are gonna be, and then others it's like, But what if this, what if that? You just never know. But like, yeah, Wave 4 is a really good. Honestly, a lot of the waves are really good. And anyway, before I talk about my predictions for the rest of the waves, I'm going to talk about the tracks that have come back in the booster courses so far. And those tracks are Paris Prominent, Toad Circuit, Shoko Mountain, Coconut Mall, Tokyo Blur, Shroom Ridge, Sky Garden, Ninja Hideaway, which I guess was a new course at the time and then added to Tour, New York Minute, Calamari Desert, Waluigi Pinball, Mario Circuit 3 from the SNES, Sydney Sprint, Snowland, Mushroom Gorge, Sky High Sunday, which I guess was the new track, London Loop, Boo Lake, Rock Mountain, Maple Treeway, Berlin Byways, Peach Gardens, Merry Mountain, Rainbow Road from the 3DS, Amsterdam Drift, Bangkok Rush, Singapore Speedway, Mario Circuit from the DS, Riverside Park, the new Yoshi's Island track, which looks really cool, Waluigi Stadium, and DK Summit. Overall, those are pretty good choices, and I like most of the tracks that they ended up bringing back or are new to the game. Um, when I did the last prediction video, well, when I predicted Mario Kart 9, I predicted Mario Circuit from the DS, and it ended up coming back in Mario Kart 8, so okay then. And when I predicted all the, I guess, when I predicted the booster courses, I don't think I predicted DK Summit or Waluigi Stadium, but I kind of knew Waluigi Stadium would be coming back because it was leaked. And then Riverside Park, I think, was the only one that I predicted in Wave 4 because I was like, yeah, I have a feeling like if they're gonna like I knew Sunset Wild got leaked and all, but Riverside Park, I could see that one coming back as well since it's in tour and it's recently gained popularity. So maybe we'll get that, Sunset Wild, and maybe Cheap Cheap Island. I don't know. Anyway, let's get on to my predictions for the rest of the waves. So now let's start with the very first, the SNES. So the only track we've gotten from the SNES is Mario Circuit 3, but I feel like we'd get maybe one, maybe two more from SNES, but we only have 16 more tracks. 16, which means we have to do the other 7 Mario Karts plus Tour, and if they're going to add new ones, so we have to really keep it limited. I would love to see Shoko Island in there, Shoko Island 2, or even like Koopa Beach 2, but I feel like if we're going to get one, it's going to be Vanilla Lake 1, since people say it's been leaked already in Coconut Mall because it kind of has a Vanilla Lake in there, which means, you know what, we'll probably get Vanilla Lake, so okay. So I guess that's going to be number 1. So now let's move on to the N64, which we've only had 2 tracks, which is Shoko Mountain and Calamari Desert, which those are good choices, but only 2? I think we could do better than that. My choice, I really wanted to see like DK's Jungle Park would come back, mainly just because I feel like it would be cool to see this one come back because of the big ramp section. It came back in Mario Kart Wii and we didn't have the gliding ramps yet, so it would be nice to see it in Mario Kart 8 with like actual gliding ramps. But if I had to choose one from the N64, it would definitely be Bowser's Castle. That track deserves a remake, not just on the Wii, but actually on Mario Kart 8. I think it'd be cool to see Bowser's Castle come back. So that's going to be my prediction from the N64. So that's 2. From the Game Boy Advance, every wave has had a Game Boy Advance track come back, which has been, oh boy, Sky Garden, Snowland, Boo Lake, and now Riverside Park. All really good choices, all super underrated. However, well, besides Sky Garden, of course, the only track that has ever come back in a main game was Sky Garden in the DS, where it looked really ugly. And the other 3 were only in Tour and their original Mario game. So I feel like Wave 5 or 6 will definitely get Sunset Wild, which has been leaked. And then I'm going to say Bowser Castle, like 3 or 2. Actually, I'm going to go with 2 because Bowser Castle 2 came back on the DS, and that was the most ugliest game between that, Wii, and 7, so I'm gonna do Bowser Castle 2 and Sunset Wild, so we're up to 4 right now. From the GCN, I feel like we're slowing down on DS and we're picking up on GCN. The one and only GCN track that has come back is Waluigi Stadium, and okay. One that's sort of semi-been leaked was Dino Dino Jungle in Coconut Mall, yet again with Vanilla Lake. So I guess we'll get Dino Dino Jungle, which is my fifth prediction. And if I had to predict something else, I guess I'd also do Daisy Cruiser, so that would be my sixth prediction. Mario Kart DS, every wave has had a DS track so far, which has been Shroom Ridge, Peach Gardens, Waluigi Pinball, and now Mario Circuit. All, yet again, really good choices. A lot of people said that this was the last DS track that we're getting, but you never know. Like I said, it hasn't been confirmed by Nintendo, it's only been leaked by some people. Maybe. I don't even know if it's a leak, it's just a rumor. So, if we're getting more DS tracks, I'm going to predict number 7, Airship Fortress, and number 8, Luigi's Mansion, since both of those tracks are a lot of fun, and I would like to see them remade in Mario Kart 8. Now into Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart Wii, yet again, has been in every wave, which we had Coconut Mall, Maple Tree Way, Mushroom Gorge, and now DK Summit. Yet again, all really good choices. I'm gonna say we're gonna get 2 more because there's 2 more waves. So I'm gonna predict number 9 to be Koopa Cape, which I hope comes back, and number 10 to be Rainbow Road, since that track is in Mario Kart Tour. Also, it was just recently announced that Dry Dry Ruins is coming to Mario Kart Tour, so hey, maybe that will be another one that they add. You never know. So we're at 10 right now. I don't want any more from the 3DS because the 3DS tracks hasn't come back in an ugly game yet, except for Tour, I guess. But that game is a spin-off, not a main game, therefore it doesn't count. I don't Honestly, I don't think I want any other 3DS tracks to come back. We've had Toad Circuit, Rainbow Road, and Rock Mountain. Good choices, but it's like I don't want any more to come back. Mario Kart 7 can wait till Mario Kart 9. We already got 4 of them from the base game, and now we got 3 more. So they can wait until we get Mario Kart 9. Then we can get more 3DS tracks. On to Mario Kart Tour, we have 3 tracks that haven't come back from Mario Kart Tour yet, which is Vancouver Velocity, which I really want to see in Wave 5, but I don't think it's coming in Wave 5. It's going to be Wave 6. They're going to wait for the best one, I guess. Well, song-wise. And of course, Los Angeles Laps, which is probably the one that's going to be in Wave 5. So now we're up to 12, with number 13 going to, of course, the last tour track, the new tour track which was announced, which is Piranha Cove or whatever that one is. Yet again, another cool track that I would like to see sometime soon. I hope it's Wave 5, but you never know. Which means we're at 13, which means the other 3 tracks can be brand new. A lot of people said there's going to be some sort of bathroom track, which I think is kind of interesting. I don't know what the others are. Someone said a DK track as well, which would probably be the release of Diddy Kong. I don't know. Speaking of which, so I guess if we got all of my predictions plus the 3 new ones, then we would max out at 16. So I guess once the last 2 waves are out, I'm going to have to compare my predictions to these 16 tracks. Now into the characters. So as I said, Wave 4, we've gotten Birdo, which meant we were going to get more characters because there was 5 question marks, which hinted we were going to get 5 more characters. Most of them, obviously, basically every Mario Kart character is in Mario Kart Tour, except for like Rob and the non-Nintendo, the non-Mario characters. I can't talk today. So those are going to be ones that aren't in Tour, and heck, Tour even added a few new ones. If we're going to get any, I mean, let's be honest, number 1, Diddy Kong, because he's the last main one that, like, desperately needs to come back. Birdo came back, Diddy Kong gonna come back next wave, I'll tell you that. Another one that a lot of people want to come back is Funky Kong, so I'll predict him as well, just because he's a cool enough character. Besides, if they add Funky Kong, then that will make Mario Kart 8's um, character selection better than the Wii's, because they have all the Wii's. If they had Diddy Kong and Funky Kong, they would have all the Wii characters plus more. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe would be the best thing then. And then 3 from Tour, I would predict, is definitely Pauline, because I mean, let's be real, not personality, but her popularity spiked since the best game ever, Mario Odyssey, came out. So of course, and now she's in Mario Kart Tour 2, so it'd be cool to see her in Mario Kart 8. Number 4, I would have to do Kamek. He was originally going to be in Mario 64, but was scrapped, but many years later, he ended up in Mario Kart Tour, so he's one of the last, like, main Bowser baddies that have never been in a Mario Kart game yet, so, or not in Mario Kart 8, I guess, so, yep, him. And then last but not least, I would have to go with Hammer Bro. I think this dude is cool, and he's been in Mario Kart Tour. I don't think they should add King Bomb or those less popular characters. I think Hammer Bro is a cool character, so that's going to be my character predictions. Anyway, I think that's all. Honestly, at first when we had the booster course, I was not really a big fan of it because back a year ago, I didn't have Nintendo Switch Online, so I couldn't get these new tracks, which really made me mad. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going online because I really want to play these tracks in like the worst way. If it's like a few new characters to maybe a sports game or something, okay, I'm not gonna want to get it maybe. But brand new or new tracks, finally adding tracks in Mario Kart, I will definitely get those. And I'm glad I did because now I can play all these tracks. And overall, now that I can play them, I love the booster course. But like I really wanted to keep it more for tracks that have never come back before, or that have come back before, like Mushroom Gorge, Banshee Boardwalk, or I don't know, um, Delfino Square. Not ones that haven't come back before, like Wario Stadium from the N64, or um, Moonview Highway, or Mushroom City. Those I want to save for like the new Mario Kart, if we ever do get a new Mario Kart, because at this point we probably aren't. The last new Mario Kart we got was Mario Kart 8 almost 10 years ago at this point, and that is why. I think after the booster course, Nintendo can take like a year or two off and then make Mario Kart 9. Please. That's just what all the fans are asking for at this point. Mario Kart 9. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is pretty good. Pretty perfect as is, and now it's like even more perfect because of everything they're adding now, but it ain't 100% perfect. Anyway, so we got the Deluxe then in 2015. And then it was on the Switch in 2017, and then we got Tour in 2019, and the home circuit in 2020, and then we get Booster Course in 2022. So we're just having all these spin-offs and no brand new Mario Kart. But you know what? I guess be happy for what you get. Nintendo is working really hard on the brand new Mario movie, I guess, plus a bunch of other games. So you know what though? I can't wait to see what Waves 5 and 6 have for us. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you. I'm not going to promise Tuesday, but I want to do Tuesday. I promised Tuesday last week, and it didn't work. I did Thursday instead, but I was just busy, and I completely forgot. So hopefully I'll do one Tuesday. If not, then sometime this week I'll make a video. Anyway, have a good day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.